Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to my channel Science of Life with Dr. Muhammad Yousaf. Today I am going to talk about the pancreatic hormone. We are going to discuss the pancreatic hormones. But before that, as by routine, one ayah from Holy Quran, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Innal ladhina yuhibbuna an tashiya al-fahishatu fil ladhina amanu lahum adhabun alimun fid dunya wal akhirah wallahu ya'lamu wa antum la ta'lamun. ट्रांसलेशन इसकी, जो लोग मुसलमानों में बेहयाई फैलाने की आरज़ूमंद रहते हैं उनके लिए दुनिया और आखिरत में अज़ाब है। मुसलमानों में बेहयाई फैलाने वालों के लिए दुनिया और आखिरत में अज़ाब है, दर्दनाक अज़ाब है। और अल्लाह सब कुछ जानता है और तुम कुछ भी नहीं जानते कि ये अज़ाब दुनिया में कैसा है। हम देखते रहते हैं, लोग बेहयाई फैलाते हैं, अज़ाब हमें नज़र नहीं आता, लेकिन अल्लाह पाक ने कहा हुआ है कि मैं जानता हूँ उनको क्या अज़ाब देना है हमने। अल्लाह पाक हमें समझ अमल की तौफीक अता फरमाए। अल्लाह पाक हमें इससे बचने की तौफीक अता फरमाए कि हम इसमें इन्वॉल्व ना हो। So we are going to talk about the pancreatic hormones. Pancreas is a very important exocrine gland. It produces digestive enzymes, very important digestive enzymes, which are very important for the digestion of the nutrients in GIT. So it has got very important exocrine functions. But it has got endocrine functions as well. That is, it also produces hormones which are not secreted into that pancreatic juice. They are absorbed into the blood. So they are hormones. They have got general metabolic effects throughout the body. We are going to talk. Exocrine functions, there are special cells, acini of the glands, lobules of the glands. So acini and secretions are into those acini, and those acini, they direct their secretion into small ductules. Those ductules join to form a bigger duct and pancreatic duct and common bile duct, which opens into small intestine. That is that. So the digestive enzymes are present in this exocrine functions of them. They are responsible for the digestion of the nutrients. Protein, amylase is responsible for the digestion of the carbohydrates, and there are proteases, trypsin and chymotrypsin, etc. And then endocrine functions, we are concerned with the endocrine function. Hormones, there are special groups of cells, islets of cells in the pancreatic tissue, which are several islets of cells, which are known as the islet of Langerhans. They secrete their secretions directly into the extracellular fluid, not into the acini or into the pancreatic juice, and it is absorbed by the blood, and blood carries this to the site of action to all the target tissues. So these are the hormones. We are going to talk about these hormones. They are responsible for the regulation of metabolism. As this is the diagram showing you the exocrine. This side is primarily, this is the pancreas, tail of the pancreas, intestine, the secretions of the acini, they are carried by this into the small. We are not concerned with that. We are concerned with small groups of the cells present throughout the cell. We have taken, this has been taken here. This is the islet of Langerhans, where these endocrine cells are present. We are concerned with only this, and pancreatic hormones are produced from these islet of Langerhans. Islet of Langerhans, there are 1 to 2 millions of islet of Langerhans in pancreas. थोड़े नहीं है, 2 million तक हो सकते हैं. And the diameter of this each group of cell is about 0.3 millimeter size. Diameter इतना है. There are 3 major types of cells in each islet of Langerhans. One type of cell which have been named as alpha cells. They constitute about 25% of the total islet of Langerhans cells. They produce a hormone which is known as glucagon. And the second, the most numerous cells, they are 60%. They are beta cell. They produce a hormone insulin. Amylin is also produced, but primarily it is the insulin which we are concerned with that. And then there are some delta cells which constitute about 10% of the total cell. They produce a hormone somatostatin, which is opposite to growth hormone. So we will talk about these functions as well. There are some other cells as well. They are not named as a special cell. They are known as PP cells, pancreatic polypeptide cell. They produce another protein which has not been named as separate. It is simply called as pancreatic polypeptide because we do not know exactly importance of that hormone. So we have just named it as pancreatic polypeptide. Important hormones are only these two: alpha cell producing glucagon, beta cell producing insulin. This is a diagram of diagram. This is diagram. These are the SNI which are producing the pancreatic juice. In between these SNI, there are groups of the cell which are known as islet of Langerhans, and alpha cell and beta cell. We are concerned with that. Insulin is the most important hormone in these beta cells. Glucagon is also important, but most important hormone from the pancreas is insulin. So we will discuss it first. Insulin, it was first isolated from the islet of Langerhans in 1922 by Benting and Best. These are the two scientists. Video series is available. Probably it should be available on YouTube. I have seen this several years ago by Benting and Best, their story of this extraction of insulin from the pancreatic juice. So it was extracted in 1922. After this extraction, isolation of the insulin, the treatment and the management of the diabetes mellitus has progressed a lot. बहुत आसान हो गया अब तो डायबिटीज को मैनेज करना तो वेरी इजी है. वी नो द ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ insulin is commonly known as a hormone responsible for regulation of glucose, but it has got very important effect on the protein and fat metabolism as well. Yes, it has got very important effect on the carbohydrate metabolism, but it has got very important effect on the fat metabolism, and probably in diabetes mellitus, where there is a deficiency of insulin, relative deficiency of insulin, deranged fat metabolism and protein metabolism is more dangerous. जो डायबिटीज में डेंजरस पार्ट है डिजीज का, दैट इज द डिस्टर्ब्ड फैट एंड प्रोटीन मेटाबॉलिज्म. कार्बोहाइड्रेट मेटाबॉलिज्म खराब होना, ब्लड ग्लूकोज लेवल ज्यादा होना, शुगर का ब्लड में यूरिन में चला जाना, एटसेट्रा, हाइपरग्लाइसीमिक फैक्टर्स, कम सम डिहाइड्रेशन, वो है प्रॉब्लम. बट ज्यादा ग्रेव कॉम्प्लिकेशंस of the diabetes mellitus are due to the deranged protein and fat metabolism. We are going to see it. No, so insulin secretion, whenever insulin is available, normally when insulin secreted, it is associated with energy abundance. क्या मतलब? When lot of nutrients are available, this insulin will be secreted and it has got the ability to store all the nutrients. That is, availability of energy giving nutrients causes insulin secretion. We will see hyperglycemia, increased proteins, increased fats. ये तीनों इंसुलिन की सिक्रीशन करते हैं, and insulin stores these nutrients, extra energy, in the form of glycogen. Glucose is stored in the form of glycogen, and the amino acids are stored in the form of proteins, and the fatty acids are stored in the form of triglyceride or neutral fat. So availability of all these nutrients causes production of insulin, and insulin stores all these nutrients for the future use. Chemically, insulin is a protein, chemistry of protein. This insulin, it is a small protein, not very big protein. It is the molecular weight is 5,808, and there are two chains of amino acids which are linked together by disulfide bridges. अभी diagram में आ जाएगा. That is two amino acid chain, they are joined together by disulfide bridges. अगली slide में diagram आ रही है. If you split these two, they are linked together. अगर इनको separate कर दें, the two separate chains, they have no hormonal activity. So इस form में this is ये diagram. So insulin is it is a protein. It is synthesized by the transcription and translation process like every protein. जिस तरह सारे protein बनते हैं by the transcription in the nucleus, messenger RNA, and with the help of the ribosome, translation occurs, and these hormones are synthesized. These are the two chains. One is smaller chain and the larger chain amino acids, and they are linked together by two places by disulfide bridges. This is the structure of the insulin. If you break this, you separate these, there is no hormonal activity. Like most of the hormones, protein hormones, insulin is also synthesized in the form of a bigger protein, which is known as pre-pro hormone. Then some amino acids are cut and it is converted into the pro hormone. Then more amino acids are cut in the Golgi complex and it is converted into hormone. So it is synthesized in the form of pre-pro hormone having molecular weight of about 11,500, and then it is cleaved in endoplasmic reticulum to form a prohormone of molecular weight of about 9,000, and then in Golgi complex final preparation, final cleavage of the few amino acids, it is converted into the insulin, and which is incorporated into the secretory granules, and in the beta cells it is stored in the form of the secretory granules. 1/6 of the hormone is still in the proinsulin form. Okay, then in the secretory granules as well, this form is also this proinsulin 9,000 molecular weight wali maujood hai, but we are concerned with insulin. So plasma half life of insulin is only 6 minutes. You can imagine it is very quickly vanishes from the blood. Insulinase, the enzyme responsible for the breakdown. उसका breakdown क्या है? कुछ amino acid काट दो, disulfide bridge काट दो, तो it is no more active. So plasma half life of insulin is only 6 minutes, और यही चाहिए हमें भी, आगे discuss करेंगे हम. So enzyme insulinase is responsible for the degradation of insulin, इसको खत्म करने के लिए. Mechanism of action भी जरा सा function discuss करने से पहले हम discuss कर लें. It is a protein hormone. All the protein hormone, their receptors are present in the cell membrane. Protein hormone, they cannot cross the cell membrane. So their receptor will be in the cell membrane. Insulin receptor is a very special receptor. It has been greatly studied in detail as well. So it is a molecular weight, insulin receptor is a protein, molecular weight of about 300,000 is the molecular weight of this. It consists of 2 alpha subunits and 2 beta subunits. There are 4 proteins, 2 alpha proteins and 2 beta proteins. So there are 2 alpha subunits, they are lying outside the cell membrane, and 2 beta subunits which are passing through the cell membrane. The structure of the cell membrane, lipid bilayer, usko penetrate kar rahe hain, penetrating through the cell membrane. So this is the how the protein. Insulin combined with the outer कौन से हैं? Alpha subunits, they are outside, and it combined with the alpha subunits, and this combination results into beta subunits are protruding into the cytoplasm. They are phosphorylated immediately. जो ये combine करते हैं, the beta subunits are phosphorylated, उसके साथ addition of phosphate radical occurs. So this phosphorylation of these will lead to the activity of several enzymes, especially important. The tyrosine kinase enzyme will be, insulin receptor substrate, finally it will be activated. ये इसको activate करेगा, this will activate the insulin receptor substrate, and then several types of enzymes will be activated. जो हम function discuss करने जा रहे हैं, all those are the functions of those enzymes. So many enzymes will be stimulated, and maybe there are some enzymes which may be inactivated. हम देखेंगे. For example, in the presence of insulin, glycogen breakdown वाली enzymes are inhibited. So some enzymes are inactivated as well by this process. So altered enzyme system, changed enzyme system affects the metabolism of carbohydrates, fats and protein. ये mechanism of action है, ये diagram देख लें. Diagram is these are the 2 beta subunits and the 2 alpha subunits. ये भी देखें, disulfide bridges से आपस में जुड़े हुए. This is insulin receptor. Insulin will combine with the alpha subunits. This combination will cause the phosphorylation of this beta subunits, and they will activate the enzyme tyrosine kinase. It will activate the insulin receptor substrate, and this will activate several types of the enzyme. Growth के लिए, genes के लिए, fat synthesis के लिए, glucose transport, glycolysis, etc. जो भी काम है, several enzyme system will be activated by this system. So this is the mechanism of action of insulin. The cell membrane of most of the cells, they require insulin for the transport of glucose. Cell membrane, 80% of the cell increase the transport of glucose in the presence of insulin. Insulin, यहाँ पे लिखा होना चाहिए, insulin causes the more transport of glucose into 80% of the cells. हमारी body के 40% of the body mass is due to the muscle, and then adipose cells, they are impermeable to glucose without insulin. Insulin नहीं होगी, कोई glucose का molecule, एक molecule भी muscle के अंदर नहीं जा सकता. One molecule cannot go into the adipose tissue. Insulin is required. अभी हम diagram में आगे देखेंगे. So this transport is by the carrier protein facilitated diffusion. हमने बिल्कुल शुरू में physiology की शुरू में आपने कहीं पढ़ा होगा, glucose is transported by facilitated diffusion. What is that? It is carried from higher concentration to lower concentration with the help of a carrier. Otherwise, simple diffusion is also concentration gradient is sufficient. Here the concentration gradient nahi, carrier molecule is also required. So this insulin facilitates this carrier mechanism. So transport is by the carrier facilitated diffusion के जरिए से cell membrane becomes more permeable to glucose. हम glucose की बात कर रहे हैं. Amino acid as well. Amino acid की entry, insulin is required for the transport of the some of the amino acid. In growth hormone के lecture में हमने बात ये की थी. Insulin is required for the transport of some of the amino acid. So this cell membrane also becomes more permeable to amino acid as well. Slowly many metabolic enzymes are altered. ये तो शुरू का काम है कि there is altered permeability for glucose and amino acid, maybe fatty acid. Later on the हमने diagram में देखा था, many enzymes in the cells, they are altered and there is change metabolism. Alteration of the translation of messenger RNA and transcription of DNA takes place much slowly. वो जो enzyme system synthesize होना है cell के अंदर, for example glycolytic enzyme, for example glycogen synthesis करनी है, for example conversion of glucose into the fats, those enzymes are to be activated, so that will take time. उसके लिए time ज़्यादा लगेगा. So we will talk about all these mechanism of action. So generally we have seen the mechanism of action of these hormones. We will see the effects on carbohydrate metabolism, protein metabolism, and fat metabolism separately. Next time we are going to talk about the effects of insulin, functions of insulin. ये हमने general aspects हमने देख लिए, functions of insulin हम डिस्कस करेंगे. उम्मीद है कि आपको समझ आई होगी. अगर if you have got some problem, you can ask in the comment section and I will answer the questions. And please do share this and subscribe my video so that you can receive all the videos very quickly, and so that the most of the other students can benefit from this. Thank you very much.